So for years, people knew me as that hip hop girl, right? I even wrote a book about it. 7 lessons that hip hop taught me that school didn't. You can read it right now on Amazon. Shameless plug. Anyways, the audience for that is usually males who want to debate me on whether or not what is real hip hop. Rarely did I see any women get involved in hip hop culture. But deep down, I'm really a girl's, right? I love being friends with women. But for what I realized and recognized was that hip hop culture is not always welcoming towards women, and we don't really get involved in it, whether than liking a song or liking the beat. But shout out to the girlies right now, the hip hop girlies, Meg, Gorilla, and all of them that are running the game. Plus, besides, I was just really growing tired of hip hop culture, and I could not continue to deny the fact that rap music and rap culture has been very detrimental to the Black community. But more on that later. We're not talking about hip hop right now. We're talking about rebranding. And I want to talk to you about the 5 simple steps that I took to rebrand myself. First things first, define who you want to be. So in this new season of Who is Siv Jones, I wrote down who I wanted to be. And some of the things that helped me to do that was to really look at some of the social media influencers that I really enjoy, not copying their styles, but getting some inspirations. Like far as how did I want to show up on YouTube? I like podcasting style, so I knew I wanted to get a podcast. Plus, it's familiar to me because I come from radio. What I wanted to wear, what I wanted to smell like, how did I want to wear my hair? For the most part, I am a natural girl, like all of my hair is natural, but I'm getting into, clip-ons and wigs and all kinds of different things. So I just jotted down some of the things that I wanted to do so I can get clarity on who I wanted to be. So I just created my 5 pillars that had to deal with faith and spirituality, health and growth, home, finances, education, and new business practices that I wanted to do in this new season. So the first thing I did was define who I wanted to be. The second thing I did was a social media detox. Yes, I know it sounds like an oxymoron because I want to be on social media, but I had to detox from social media. So last year around the November, December frame, I deleted all of my social media apps. I deleted Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I deleted it all. Wasn't really on YouTube like that, but I deleted them all. One, because this new person who I wanted to show up as could not have any influence from the outside of like, okay, these type of trends, or this is this type of lifestyle, or this person. No, I had to find it for myself, right? I had to come inside of myself and really sit with myself and decide, what do you want your life to be like? And I had to detox from social media because with social media, it can procrastinate that person that you want to be because you're just there endless scrolling, and it kind of makes you feel a certain type of way when you see an influencer that you really enjoy and you like, but you're comparing yourself to them. So I had to delete all of my social media detox, and I suggest that you do that as well, especially when you're trying to rebrand yourself. The detox gave me the space and the time to research, brainstorm, and actually plan out who I wanted to be without distractions from anyone else telling me, oh, this is who you need to be, or following this new trend. It was just authentic to who I am. After doing my social media detox, I did step 3, and that was my mission and my vision. And I just pretty much did a mind dump. These things that I like to call a stream of conscious, where I just get a piece of paper and I just write it down, right? It's something about writing something down and not typing it up, but actually using your hands to write it down. And I just got it all out. Who I wanted to be, what I wanted to look like, what I wanted to say, the people who I wanted to be attracted to, the vision, the goals, and exactly what I wanted to do in this new season. My mission became clear. I wanted to inspire women with faith, culture, and growth in this reinvention phase, right? I want to take you all on this journey with me, and I want you all to know that it is never too late for you to do that as well. So I created a social media plan, which this was my roadmap about which topics I wanted to cover, how I wanted my space to look, how I wanted to show up. And I'm not done, right? This is not me saying, oh, this is it. No, this is just the beginning to get me there. And I know that as I continue to go and as I continue to grow, my space will look different and I will evolve from this. But right now, I'm using my iPhone. I got me a podcasting equipment, and I'm using the natural sunlight, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because the one thing I did not want to do was spend all of this money on different equipment and different things like that and just let it sit, because I've done that before, right? My husband bought me a whole video camera, and when did he buy that? Last year. When did I pick it up? This year, right? So I didn't want to go out and spend all of this money on things that I knew that I wasn't going to use. Instead, I chose the things that I already had in my home, created my space, and did that, right? So I'm planning my mission, my vision, and how I wanted to show up. And I also use ChatGPT. I ain't even gonna hold you. My ChatGPT is Bruce. I asked Bruce to ask me questions on what I want to do, and me and Bruce, we have a conversation back and forth, and he helps me to plan this out, all right? So that's the one thing that I helped with my mission and my vision, was using ChatGPT. Step 4 in my rebranding: execution and consistency. The two things that I have to constantly deal with is executing and consistency. Like I said, I used what I had. I didn't have to go out and rebuy, besides this podcasting equipment, and just because I just love the mics and everything. So this was probably the one thing I did go out and purchase, was my podcasting, or my husband purchased for me, was my podcasting studio. And I just love it. And I'll do a video on that, exactly what I'm using to podcast. So I have my plan in place of my calendar, who I wanted to be, my rebranding, and all of that. I executed. So I started my YouTube, or relaunched my YouTube page, started my videos, made a calendar of when I was going to edit, when I was going to record, the type of thumbnails, the type of colors I wanted, and I just made it happen. And I also treated it like a job. For me, I'm used to working 3 to 4 jobs at a time. I know, it's ridiculous. But as I'm getting older, I don't want to work all them jobs, right? I want to have one main job and then have my businesses on the side. So I had to treat this like a job. If I would have showed up to my job from 5 to 10, that's what I'm doing for this business, right? I have to show up like it's a job, like I'm working for someone else, because I know at the end of the day, what I do for myself is going to last instead of what I'm doing for someone else. So I had to really execute this platform, Big Sis, as it's my second, third, or fourth job, because this is my business. So consistency is my number one thing that I want to do in this season, is be more consistent. And batch creating helps me to be more consistent, because it keeps me on a schedule. And when things get busy, I'm able to go into my database and pop in a video and it's there. So batch creating has helped with my consistency. So those are my 5 steps to rebranding yourself and the things that I'm doing. Number 1, defining who I want to be. Who is she? Who is Siv Jones in this new season? What are my values? What do I believe in? How do I want to show up? 2, a social media detox. Once you write all of that down and you find your inspiration, then detox from social media and really plan it out on how you want to show up when you reemerge, right? You want to do a social media detox because you don't want to be influenced by the outside world, but you want it to come from within inside of you and what God has for you, okay? Number 3, you have to plan your mission and your vision. Once you got all of that down, write down what your vision is. What is your vision for yourself? What is your mission for yourself? How do you want to show up for other people? Plan your mission and your vision. And don't forget to use ChatGPT to help. And then number 4 and number 5, which can kind of go together, is execution and consistency is the key. Find out a system that's going to help you execute your vision, right? Is it batch creating? Is it habit stacking? Whatever you can do to help you execute, Find that and stick with it. And don't forget to be consistent in whatever you do, right? That is going to get you over the hump, is being consistent. So if you don't have the camera, or you don't have the equipment that you need, or whatever, doesn't matter. Just do it. So the more consistency you have, the better your brand would be. A lot of us fail not because we're not talented enough, not because we don't have the knowledge, not because we don't have the experience. It's because we lack consistency. Consistency will help you grow your brand and keep you authentic to yourself. So consistency is the key. So for me, rebranding is not about changing myself, changing my looks, or anything on the outside, but it's really changing the way that I work. And it's not easy, right? It's so easy to go back into what you used to have or what you used to do. But ask yourself this question, and the message is for the speaker first. Has what you've done and what you're doing getting you the results that you want? If that answer is no, then it's time for a rebrand. So if this video helped you, go ahead and hit that like button. And then also, I want to start a conversation with you. Drop in the comments below. Let's talk about it. What are you doing to rebrand yourself? What are some of the things that I said in this video that you're going to take? Or do you have a tip for me? Because I'm always searching for new tips to rebrand myself, because I know that this is not a quick race. Okay, this is a marathon. That's what Nipsey Hussle said, right? Life is a marathon, and whatever tips or tricks that you have to help me on my journey, go ahead and drop them on the comment. And until next time, I see you all later. Peace.